What's up, guys, and welcome to a special edition of All Smoke, All 32 with Aaron Givens. Now, if you look behind me, I'm in beautiful downtown Denver where we are going to be facing the Broncos, and I am excited. I honestly want to go ahead and start off with this game. Looking at both teams coming off of disappointing ends to week one, they're going to be hungry. They're going to come out fighting. Denver looks just a tad bit banged up injury wise. Houston looks pretty healthy. When it comes down to this game, it's simply going to be the trenches. Can Houston push back the front four of the Denver Broncos to run the ball? Damian Pierce. I really, really, honestly am going to sound like a homer. I know I spent my money and time to travel, but I got the Texans. Give me the Texans 28-21. I really feel we're going to take care of business here today. Our defense is going to show up, and we're gonna rattle Russ a bit. You know, they're going to get in the end zone a couple times, but we're going to take care of business on the road today. Second game up, we have the Patriots versus the Steelers. Now, the Steelers coming in an overtime win, division win against Cincinnati, and the Patriots taking a hard loss against a place that they never really play good at, which we have to pay attention to, and that's in Miami. I honestly looked at the history of the Steelers and the Patriots, and Mike Tomlin does kind of struggle against Bill Belichick in the regular season and in the postseason. So, I mean, when you look down to the teams and what they have to offer, if Judon could step up, put some pressure on Trubisky, and honestly make it a tough day for Trubisky, I think that we can actually see the Patriots get their first W, and that's what I'm going with. I got the Patriots 31, Steelers 17. Next game, we have the Panthers and the Giants. I told you Baker's going to be Baker. It doesn't matter which team he's on. Browns fans, you should be really happy that he's gone and you can move on from a mediocrity in quarterback. Saquon's back. That's all you need to know. Saquon is back. Give me the Giants 28-10. Jets and Browns. I mean, for what it's worth, hats off to the Browns. Having this whole deal, getting Deshaun Watson, having him be suspended for 11 games, getting a quarterback in Jacoby Brissett, having him come in, figure out the new little offense that they're going, and get a W. And I honestly look at them with a Jets team that has a really honestly decent defense. You got to remember, Baltimore last week only put up 24 points on them. So I honestly feel that the Jets can come out and actually play tough defense and win. I got the Jets in an upset 24-21. Jaguars and Colts. Now, if you look at the history of the Jaguars and Colts, the Colts can't win in Jacksonville. Duval. But everything changes today. Give me the Colts 28-17. Next, we have the Dolphins and Ravens. I honestly think this is the game of the week. Uh, Both of these teams, honestly, on paper and what they did last week, honestly look stout. The only thing you have to look at is the Dolphins did play a division game, and division games are always different from different regular opponents. So when you look at this game, it's honestly going to be quarterback play straight up. Is Tua going to be consistent and come out slinging, make the right decisions, the throws, get the ball away when he needs to? And is Lamar going to come in and play mistake-free football? They're both honestly solid quarterbacks, and they both got solid teams around them that can help them go into the promised land. I thought about this for a while, and I'll be crazy not to take Lamar Jackson. I get Miami is building up some, nice little team with Tyreek Hill, but I picked the Dolphins last week because it was the division game. Give me the Ravens 32-17. Buccaneers and Saints. Now, one thing you also need to know is that the Buccaneers can't beat the Saints. Tom Brady can't beat the Saints as a Buccaneer. I don't know what it is. It always goes, but the trends are dying this year. The numbers are changing this year. And I do not see Brady going into that stadium and losing once again. This might be his final season. This might be the final time we see Brady. And I don't think he wants to go and have on his record yet another loss in New Orleans. Give me the Bucks in a close one, 38-35. Next, we have the Commanders and the Lions. Now, both of these teams, honestly, when you look at them, are on the rise. We already know that the Commanders have a stout defense in the fact that their star defensive end and Young didn't even play last week and they still eked out a win. Shows that they can take care of business. I'm looking at the Lions, and although they were home, and that's a good way to build a comeback because you have the home crowd advantage, I'm impressed. You know, they started off fast. They slowed up a bit. The Eagles is honestly a great football team. And for them to come back at home and just lose by 3, I'm really looking at this game and the Lions being back-to-back home games, having their crowd on their side. Give me the Lions, 28-21. We have the Seahawks and the 49ers. Seahawks coming off an impressive win at home with the 12 helping them, beating the Broncos in a close one. And then you have the 49ers coming in an upsetting loss. So when you look at this game, it's division. When you look at what they both bring to the table, I honestly really like the Seattle Seahawks roster. They really actually have a stout team on both sides of the ball. And I can kind of see why they kept Geno. He fits the mold kind of like Russell. They don't really have to change too many things. But Trey Lance had his first game in a rainstorm against the Bears. Now he's home. He'll be comfortable. Give me the 49ers. 28-17. Next, we have the Cardinals and the Raiders. Cardinals and the Raiders, honestly, both coming off disappointing losses. Raiders at home, Cardinals on the road. Both just honestly can't figure it out when it came down to it. And I really like the Raiders at home again. The Cardinals, I think, are just going to be shaky, and I'm not going to run away from this. I just really feel that this is the season where they honestly need to take a look at how they can go ahead and start kind of a rebuild with already signing and saying that you have your quarterback. It's going to be a shaky one in Arizona. And I honestly like the Raiders to come out and punch them in the mouth. Give me the Raiders 24-21. Bengals and Cowboys. Both teams coming off yet again disappointing losses. And looking at these schedules, it's nice to see that we have quite a few teams that are 0-1 facing each other, and we have quite a few teams that are 1-0 facing each other. Um, Everybody's going to have a win and everybody's going to have a loss basically at the end of the day. And looking at these two teams, I don't even really have to go into it. Dak Prescott, suffering that injury, being shaked up as a quarterback and going through the woes, only putting up 3 points. It's not looking good in Dallas. The Bengals, got off to a shaky start. They're probably in a little bit still in their Super Bowl woes. They came off of a tough loss, but on the road against a Cowboys team that obviously doesn't have it together with Mike McCarthy at the helm, I like the Bengals in a blowout, 38-10. Bears and Packers. We all know that football fans love rivalries. But the Bears fans and the Packers fans, when they get together, it's like the movie 300. It's blood and guts everywhere. It's always chaotic. And you got the Bears finally putting a team together to come into Green Bay and to show Aaron Rodgers, we're tired of you owning us. We have a kid in Justin Fields that can play. We have a defense that's coming together and swarming on the football. I know I picked Rodgers last week, and it's really disappointing in what and how they're kind of, in my opinion, handling it with the kind of weapons that he has, and they're making Rodgers be Roger. But I don't see the Bears beating the Packers at Lambeau. I mean, he took a L last year in the beginning of the week. And what happens after he took a crazy L? He went to be the MVP of the league. Give me the Packers in a blowout, 38-17. That's all we have it. We have our games that go on tomorrow uh, with the Titans and the Bills and the Vikings and the Eagles. Um, I really honestly hope that you enjoy this edition of All Smoke, All 32. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow for my 2 game pick.